Okay, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. I could really use your support, but let's get right to it. A Quiet Place. I finished the movie. I have had the screener for the consideration of the award season this year, and I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good movie. It's John Krasinski's directorial debut. He's also one of the stars in the film. And I think that he wrote the script and everything. Emily Blunt is in it. Love her to death. I worked on a movie called Arthur Newman, which starred Emily Blunt and Colin Firth, and they were so nice to the crew. Just both of them had hearts of gold. So anything Emily Blunt does, I'm like, okay, I'm there, because I'll support her because she's really good to the people she works with. This movie was kind of a breakout film for John Krasinski as far as a director and producer and all that good stuff that comes with it, and writer. And this thing hit pay dirt. It made $340 million at the box office off a $21 million budget. You got to double your budget to break even. So it needed to only make like 42 to 45 million with marketing to break even. So this thing has made bank. It's rated PG-13 because there's scary elements and there's creatures in it and things like that. I don't know if I'd bring really young kids to see this film. It might make them have nightmares and things like that. But all in all, it wasn't that scary, as more it was like a thriller, like suspenseful. So anyway, it seems like Hollywood is jumping on this bandwagon right now, and it's all because of A Quiet Place, where they're starting to make these movies that are all about the senses, sight, taste, smell, touch, hear. And, so this one is all about you have to be quiet because the creature hears the sounds you make, the voices you make, and all this other kind of stuff. And they come and they kill you and they rip you apart and they eat you or whatever. My only complaint about this movie, I loved it. I thought Emily Blunt was great. John was great. The kids were really great in the movie. The whole story was good. There was some foreshadowing in it where you had to kind of pay attention to the basement area where John Krasinski's character was trying to figure out how to defeat the creatures because obviously it was like a pandemic. These creatures have spread all over the planet. Nobody knew where they came from. They never explained any of that, which I thought was great. We don't need to have explanations. I hope they don't make a prequel to explain everything and all that kind of stuff. It was a good self-contained story. You had to really pay attention because you didn't have a lot of listening cues with dialogue and stuff, and there was a lot of sign language. What? Yeah, anyway, I know a little bit. So there was a little bit of that in there. So you had to read subtitles and things like that. And it was just a really good film, okay? It wasn't scary, like a really crazy horror film scary. Here was my only complaint with the film. So the creatures, it just seems like Hollywood is just struggling right now to come up with new creatures that we haven't seen before. Now, who knows how this was developed? I know ILM did the visual effects on it, but it kind of looked like the Moto from Godzilla crossed with the demigod from Stranger Things. And so for me, it's just like how many more versions of a creature can we come up with, or that Hollywood could come up with? Where are the brilliant people that can come up with something that's, one, truly scary, two, all the creatures in this were completely CGI. I don't think they had any practical creatures on set. I could be mistaken, but it looked like mostly CGI. And so that's my only complaint, is the creature didn't feel fresh or new or anything we haven't seen before. And I really think that's only because in the last 40 years, Hollywood, with special effects and everything, and all the different movies that have come out, whether it be Star Wars or whether it be all the different horror creatures that they've invented, it just seems like Hollywood's a little tapped out on creativity on that. But like I said, they're using these five senses, Hollywood. I remember when Armageddon came out, it was an asteroid movie. Universal Studios had Deep Impact, which was like a competing asteroid film. And so like everybody's jumping on this. Netflix has this movie called The Bird Box, which I haven't seen yet, but everybody's talking about it on social media and doing reviews. And apparently it's all about sight. So there's your other sense. So the only thing I'm trying to think out is, what's the next movie? Is it going to be about taste? Is there going to be a creature that has to lick you to death? Because it just seems like we're on this bandwagon of all the five senses. But anyway, the bottom line is this movie made bank. It was a good film. I'm not going to give away too much of the story. Just check it out for yourself. And it's a quiet experience. But when it gets intense, it gets intense. So there you go. That's my take on A Quiet Place. I enjoyed the film, and I wish it much success in the awards season. I don't know if it's going to win anything because of the genre it is. It didn't seem like a movie like, on the basis of sex, or one of these real dramatic films, The Hate You Give or Black Klansman, movies that, are not special effect driven, although movies like Black Panther are getting nominated and things like that. So, who knows? Maybe they've thrown that whole playbook out the window. I don't know. Okay, so if you like this video, you could subscribe to my channel, share this video on social media, and let's comment below. What did you like about A Quiet Place? I loved it. I thought it was good. A pretty good movie. Is it an Oscar-winning movie? Probably not, but it's a good movie. Maybe I'll be wrong when the Oscars come out. We'll see. But that's it. So we'll see you on the next video.